Hey guys, Hassan back at it once again with a brand new video for you, and welcome to round, I want to say 10 I think, of our MotoGP season review for 2013, as we just had the Indianapolis Grand Prix yesterday, and it was a thriller. The thing I noticed about this race was that the whole thing just seemed to be a bit of a microcosm for the season in general. Like, the top three of Marquez, Lorenzo, and Pedrosa breaking out in front of everybody else, and the rest of the field playing serious catch-up, getting left behind, really. I mentioned a little bit more of that in a second, but from the start, it was Jorge Lorenzo that got off to the best start from second place, took control of the race early on, but you could never break out from the two Repsol Hondas of Pedrosa and Marquez. Marquez literally all over the back of Pedrosa for several laps until he finally got him with this sweet move he does, where he would go around the outside of the bank corner into turn 1, then cut back and hit the brakes on the inside of the turn 2. It was a lovely move. He did it not only to Pedrosa but then also to Lorenzo later on in the race. Marquez would eventually speed off to victory. Now, seriously, just how frigging good is this kid? He's a phenom. I've never seen anything like it. His ability at this point, I said it on Facebook last night, and I'll say it again here, he might be the most naturally gifted rider this sport has ever seen. I am blown away by this kid's ability. It is astonishing how, for example, the tyres were meant to only last about 6 laps around here before they drop off and you start sliding around and whatnot. Dude broke the lap record on lap, I think, 16 of the race. Breaking Danny Pedrosa's lap record of, I think it was a 39.0 he did. I was stunned. He was able to just to overtake Lorenzo and then completely break him in terms of tyres. That is just shattering. That's breaking the morale of the entire field. That is right there. It's mind-blowing, his ability. I've never seen anything like it. Pedrosa beating Lorenzo with 2 laps to go over the line. Lorenzo, I think, just had no pace left at the end of the race at all. It's funny that he dropped off, but the other factory Yamaha, Valentino Rossi, came on very strong towards him. With about 5 laps to go, he was down in 7th place. Overtook Stefan Bradl, who was just dinged up over the course of the weekend from the crashes he had. And as a result, he was closing in on the rampaging battle between Cal Crutchlow and Alvaro Bautista for 4th. These two were having a right ding-dong for almost the entire race. There were some crazy moves, those two just going to absolute war, and then it allowed Rossi to come in, and on the final lap, with just 2 corners to go, Rossi put the bike down the inside and beat Cal Crutchlow over the line by just 0.06 of a second, with Alvaro Bautista just another 10th behind as well. Fantastic scrap. And also, the last lap was also just full of carnage, because further back, the two factory Ducatis were going at it once again. Hayden had passed Dovi, but they actually touched on the last corner. They both went out wide over the safety bump, and as a result, Bradley Smith beat Nicky Hayden and Dovizioso over the line to take 8th place. So a good result for the young Brit Bradley Smith on the Tech 3, but beating both factory Ducatis as well. So overall, a pretty darn crazy race. A lot of great passes, a lot of great action, and a very, very exciting last lap. Something you just don't get in Formula 1 these days, does it? But here's the full rundown of the field for you. Marc Marquez getting the W by 3.4 seconds over Danny Pedrosa in second place, which is vital for the championship. Jorge Lorenzo finishing 3rd, 5.7 seconds behind Marquez in the end. And then you have to go back 14 seconds to Valentino Rossi in 4th, just beating Cal Crutchlow over the line in 5th, and Alvaro Bautista in 5th. Rossi being able to maintain his 4th place in the championship right now by 3 points over Cal. Stefan Bradl in 7th, dinged up, but also announced he's going to be staying with the LCR team for another year. But he finished 7th today, not his best result, but not his worst either. Bradley Smith in 8th, beating both factory Ducatis. And just so you know how far Ducati has fallen, both Ducatis finished 40 seconds behind the leader in a 27-lap race. That says a lot. Andrea Dovizioso in Hayden 9th, Dovi 10th, Andrea Iannone in 11th, nearly a minute behind. Alex Espargaro was the top CRT finisher in 12th. ahead of Colin Edwards in 13th, Claudio Corti 15th, Hiroshi Ayama gets the last of the points in 15th place, then Hector Barbera, Danilo Petrucci, Michael Laverty and Brian Starin rounding off the field. Yoni Hernandez, Lucas Pesek, Randy DePunier and Blake Young, the wild card, all failed to finish. Like I said, Marc Marquez also had the fastest lap of the race with a 39.044, which was also a brand new circuit record, which just insane performance from him. Quickly cutting as well to the championship standings in MotoGP. Marc Marquez extends his championship lead now to 21 points over Dani Pedrosa. Marquez 188, Pedrosa 167, Lorenzo third on 153. Rossi now has a 3-point lead over Crutchlow, 130 to 127. Stefan Bradl 6th with 93 to 6 points ahead of Andrea Dovizioso in 7th. Bautista 8th with 81, he's climbing up the board now. Nicky Hayden 9th in 7th with 72 points. And Bradley Smith overtakes Alex Espargaro with that 8th place finish into 10th place in the World Championship with 59. Anyway, also quick shout outs as well to Tito Rabat for winning the Moto 2 and Alex Rins for winning Moto 3. His brother Alex Marquez in 2nd. Just when you thought one Marquez was bad enough, about 2. But let me know what you thought of the of any of the races in the MotoGP in Indianapolis, and I will catch you guys tomorrow with another new video. Until then, I've been Harrison Wardon. Thank you very much for watching, and sayonara.